वेलकम बैक टू आवर चैनल बी क्यूरियस। आज हम पढ़ने जा रहे हैं एनिमल सेल एंड टिश्यू कल्चर, लेबोरेटरी फैसिलिटीज़, कल्चर मीडिया एंड प्रोसीजर्स, हिस्ट्री एंड स्कोप ऑफ एनिमल सेल एंड टिश्यू कल्चर। द फाउंडेशन ऑफ एनिमल सेल एंड टिश्यू कल्चर was laid at the beginning of the last century when cells could be shown to survive and divide in vitro. The true beginning of animal cell and tissue culture was, however, made a little later, when using frog as a source of tissue. Rose Harrison in 1907 developed a reproducible technique for tissue culture, and later Alexis Carrel 1912 used tissue and embryo extract as culture media. They successfully demonstrated that animal cells can be grown independently in vitro, just like a protozoa and microorganism. Although initially cold-blooded animals like frog were used so that no incubation was required, but later warm-blooded animals like chick and rodents were used, and eventually mammals become a favorite material. For about 50 years, mainly tissue explants rather than cells were used for culture media techniques. Although later, after 1950s, mainly dispersed cells in cultures were utilized. As in plants, the terms cell culture, tissue culture, and organ culture are commonly used for animal material also. However, for animals, if the explant maintains its structure and function in culture, it is described as an organotypic culture. And if cells in culture reassociate to create a three-dimensional structure irrespective of the tissue from which it was derived, it is described as a histotypical typic culture. Histotypic culture and organotypic culture. Histotypic culture definition: a high density culture of one specific cell type designed to mimic tissue. Organotypic culture definition: a culture of multiple cell types maintained in a way that preserves the structure of an organ. Starting material of histotypic culture: dish aggregated cells isolated from tissue that are then reaggregated. Starting material for organotypic culture: intact tissue slices of specific and anatomical fragments. Cell diversity: usually monotypic just neurons in histotypic culture. Organotypic culture: cell diversity heterotypic, contains various cells like stromal, epithelial, vascular cells. Structural goal of histotypic culture: to achieve high cell density and 3D architecture of a tissue. Structural goal of organotypic culture is to maintain the 3D spatial relationship and function of an organism. Complexity of histotypic culture is moderate, focus on cell-to-cell signaling within one lineage. Complexity of organotypic culture is high, focus on the interaction between different tissue layers. Typical use case of histotypic culture is studying how a single tissue type reacts to a drug and stimulus. Typical use care of organoleptic is studying complex biological processes like organ development or human invasion. For many years, the lower vertebrates and the invertebrates were not used for tissue culture studies, even though some aspects of their development, like tissue generation, is amphibia and metamorphosis in the insects, made them attractive systems for tissue culture studies. More recently, a resurgence of interest in tissue culture in these groups has also been witnessed, even though it still remains a very specialized area. Consequently, the bulk of interest in animal cell and tissue culture utilizes avian, birds, and mammalian tissues. The techniques, therefore, are largely developed for the culture of cells and tissues from mammals. The technical advances in tissue culture become possible mainly due to the following reasons: commercial supply of reliable media and singular serum, great control of contamination with the use of antibiotic, and that of a clear air equipment, laminar airflow chamber. Advantage and disadvantage of tissue culture. Tissue culture offers a number of advantages for the variety of studies and applications, but there are also limitations, so that tissue culture could not be used indiscriminately. These advantages and disadvantages listed in table but 3.1. So, advantage and delimitation of the use of animal tissue culture. Controlled physiological environment, pH, temperature, osmotic pressure, O2, CO2, etc. Controlled and defined physical condition, constitution of media. Homogeneity of cell types achieved through serial passage. Economical, since small quantities of reagent are needed than in vivo. Legal, more and ethical questions of animal environmentation are avoided. Disadvantages: expertise is needed so that the behavior of cells in culture can be interpreted and regulated. 10 times are more expensive for some same quantities of animal tissue. Therefore, reasons for its use should be compelling. Unstable aneuploid chromosome constitution. A variety of area of research in biotechnology depend largely on tissue culture. Therefore, these areas have given the desired impetus to development of tissue culture method in animal. These are include the following: production of antiviral vaccines, which require the standardization of cell line for the multiplication of and assay of tissue viruses. Cancer research, which require the study of uncontrolled cell division in cultures. Cell fusion techniques. Genetic manipulation, which is possible in cell or organs in culture. Monoclonal antibodies, whose production requires cell line in culture. Production of a pharmaceutical drug using cell lines. Chromosome analysis of cells derived from worm. Study of the effects of toxins and pollutants using cell lines. use of artificial skin, study of the function of nerve cells, even though neurons cannot be propagated in vitro without resorting to the use of transformation cells. Laboratory facility for tissue culture. The laboratory facilities for animal culture should allow for the following: first, sterilization, incubation, preparation of glassware, media, and tissue, wash up, sterilization, and storage. The clean area for handling should be available at one end of the room and the wash up and sterilization at the other end, with preparation, incubation, and storage in between. Tissue culture facilitate required in the laboratory are listed in 13.2. And the equipment required for tissue culture laboratory is given in the table 13.3. The instruction of laminar flow cabinet or hoods to provide a clear bench has greatly facilitated and maintenance of aseptic and sterile conditions, so that no separate room for sterilized handling is needed, and a laminar flow cabinet can be help in an specialized laboratory space. Sometimes, however, aseptic rooms are designed where filtered air is supplied from the ceiling, so that the whole room is regarded as a sterile working area. Incubation is generally done in incubator or thermostatic controlled hot rooms. In hot rooms, racks are designed for the placement of cultures. The media may be purchased ready-made or may be prepared in a laboratory, the latter being cheaper if needed in large quantities. The washing and sterilization facilities, autoclave, are often kept outside the tissue culture laboratory, since they would regenerate moisture and heat. Facilities should also be available for the storage of the following sterilization liquids like media and serum at 4 degrees Celsius, minus 20 degrees Celsius, or minus 70 degrees Celsius. Sterile glassware and plasticware, bottles, flasks, pipettes, petri dishes, syringes, square caps, filter tubes, stoppers, gloves, disposable bags. Other requirement: filters, large receiver flasks. For a detailed count of the design and layout of two sculpture facilities, the readers are advised to consult the book Culture of Animal Cells, a manual of the basic technique written by R.I. Freshney and published by A.L.R. List Inc., New York. Glass is the most commonly used substrate. Glass as a substrate in the form of slides, cover slips, flask, and test tube, which may or may not be variously modified. It is cheap, easily washed without losing its growth supporting properties, can be readily sterilized by dry heat or moist heat, and it optically clear for microscopic and experiments manifestations of cultures. Treatment with the strong alkali renders glass unsatisfactory for culture useless. It is neutralized by acid wash. Disposable plastic as a substrate. Polystyrene is often used as the most common and cheapest substrate to be discarded after single use. This plasticware is supplied sterile and is not autoclavable. However, it is hydrophobic and need to be treated by gamma irradiation or some chemical or with electric arc to produce a charged surface, which thus become wettable. One may, however, have to determine the planting efficiency and growth rate of cells, since great variation occur in the plasticware manufactured by different commercial companies. Other plastic used for the tissue culture include following: polyvinyl chloride (PVC), polycarbonate, polytetrafluoroethylene (PTFE), or Teflon, Thermonox, TPX, etc. In several of these other plastics are one should try to grow a regular monolayer and then attempt to culture or clone cell on it with and without pre-treatment. PTFE film are available as disposable petri dishes or as a membrane to be incorporated in an autoclavable reusable culture vessel. These dishes have two other advantages. Substrate is permeable to O2 and CO2. Plastic is thin and is suitable to selecting the microscope. Substrates involving polystyrene and Saftex and polyacrylamide are also available in the form of beds and propagation of or encourage development cell in suspension. Palladium and metallic surface as substrates. For 90% of animal cell and cell tissue cultures, glass or plastic is employed as a substrate. However, other substrates have been used for specialized applications. For instance, palladium is deposited on agarose using electron microscope shadowing equipment was used as a substrate for growth of fibroblasts and glia. Stainless steel discs and other metallic surfaces were also used. Treatment of substrate surfaces. The substrate surface described above can be variously treated to improve cell attachment. Treatments with culture media meant for another culture or with purified fibronectic added to the media or with collagen are commonly used. Coating with collagen can be achieved using red tail collagen or other commercial available forms and pouring the collagen solution over the surface of the dish. The excess solution may be drained and the residue allowed to dry. After coating with collagen, the substrate may be sterilized under UV and used either immediately or may also be used stored. Sometime on the inter coating of collagen, a monolayer of an appropriate cell type may be used to provide a matrix for the maintenance of some specialized cells. feeder layer on substrate. Sometimes on the substrate surface a monolayer of special kind of cell is used, partially to supplement the culture media for growth and partially for conditioning of the substrate by cell product. These monolayers are called feeder layers. Since they also feed the growing cultures, the feeder layer may consist of mouse embryo, fibroblast, normal fetal intestine glia cell, and has been effectively used for selective growth of breast and coelomic epithelium, central and peripheral neuron, and also for growing cells used for the production of transgenic animals through transfection. The feeder layer have also been used to producing embryonic stem cell lines. The gas phase for tissue culture. The animal cell and tissue culture also require for their growth a cell phase consisting of O2 and CO2, even though the cultures may vary in their oxygen requirement. While cell structures may grow on an atmospheric oxygen concentration or even lower O2 concentration. Some organ cultures may require up to 95% O2, and O2 is directly available to cells in cell culture. In organ culture, there may be a problem of diffusion. Since there is a trend toward the use of serum for free media, O2 concentration may become an important factor in tissue culture in future. CO2 concentration, which is complex factor, also need to be manipulated since it also influences the pH and the HCO3 ion concentration of the culture. At very low concentration of cells, it is necessary to add CO2 in gas phase of a sealed flask of most cultures. However, in high concentration of cell, CO2 is illustrated from the culture tissue or cell. Therefore, it is more necessary to add CO2 in gas phase of such sealed flasks having high concentration of cells. But instead, sometime we may need to darken the cap of a culture flask and allow excess CO2 to escape. Culture media for cells and tissues. Culture media is one single most important factor for culturing cell and tissue. It provides the optimum condition for factors like pH or osmotic pressure, etc., and the chemical constituents which while the cell or tissue are incapable of synthesizing, unlike microorganism while can synthesize them from simple inorganic substance. Animal cells need either a completely natural media or an artificial media supplemented with some natural products. Sometimes the natural medium is preferred also because it is the cheapest and most convenient. Natural media that are used to promote cell growth fall in the following three categories: coagula and plasma clots, biological fluid such as serum and tissue extracts of while employ extract is the most common. Plasma clots have been in use for long time and are now available commercially either as liquid plasma in silicone ampoules as lyophilized plasma to be reconstituted by the addition of distilled water saturated with CO2. However, one may also prepare plasma in the laboratory using from a male fowl where efforts are made to prevent coagulation of blood obtained by adding heparin as an anticoagulant. Biological fluid serum. The most commonly used biological fluid is serum, which is commonly obtained from human adult blood, placenta, cord blood, or horse blood, or calf blood. Of these, human placental cord serum and fetal calf serum seem to be particularly satisfactory. The serum is obtained as exudate liquid from blood undergoing coagulation and is filtered using millipore filters. The serum is tested for sterility and toxicity before using and is stored at low temperature. Testing may be done by incorporating the serum in a growth media and checking the presence of contaminant and the plating efficiency of standard strain. According to some workers, toxicity of sera can be reduced by heat inactivation. Besides serum, other biological fluid used as natural media include the following: amniotic fluid, acetic and pleural fluid, aqueous humor from eye, serum ultrafiltrate, insect, hemolymph, coconut milk, more often used for plant tissue culture. Tissue extracts. Embryo extract is the most commonly used tissue extract, although effective constituents have now been developed to replace the embryo extract as a natural medium. The most important component of the substituents is a mixture of amino acid. Embryo extract is often prepared from chick or bovine embryo to different ages. To detailed procedure for the preparation of embryo extract is shown in 13.1 figure. So this is showing embryo extract. First, in a wipe egg with alcohol. B step is crack the blunt end, remove shell at the end, loose and remove the membrane, remove embryo, deposit embryo in the petri dish and rinse in BSS. Drop embryo in the barrel of the syringe. Insert the tip of syringe in centrifuge tube and express the embryo. So these are the all steps of embryo extract and can be found in any advanced textbook on animal tissue culture. Other tissue extracts have also been employed, for example, spleen, liver, bone marrow, leukocytes, and tumors. However, all tissue extracts deteriorate rapidly at room temperature and within a week, even in refrigerator at minus 20 degrees Celsius. These can be stored satisfactorily. Refined media for warm-blooded animals. Media with serum. Although natural media are very useful and convenient for a wide range of uses, these suffer from disadvantage of poor reproducibility due to lack of knowledge of the extract constitution. For this reason, synthetic media have been designed for a variety of tissues and purposes, like the following: media for immediate survival, media for prolonged survival, media for indefinite growth, and media for specialized function. For immediate survival, a balanced salt solution with defined osmotic pressure and pH is needed. This requirement is met by a combination of certain inorganic ions, salts, and glucose. For longer survival, serum may be used. For the balanced salt solution may be supplemented with amino acid, oxygen, vitamin, and serum protein. One such medium was developed and modified by Eagle in 1955, which is described as minimum essential medium MEM. These contains essential amino acid, vitamins, and salts. Other more complex synthetic media include the following: 199 and CMRL 1066, Parker PRPMI in 60s 40, More F12. Common constituents of some of these media for animal tissue culture are available in fourth edition of Frene books, Culture of Animal Cells. All these defined media are usually supplemented with 520% serum. Serum media, free media. The use of serum in culture media has several disadvantages, which led to the development of many serum free media. Some of the disadvantages include following: serum varies from batch to batch and deteriorates within 1 year. Changing serum batch requires fresh testing so that the replacement is as close to the previous batch as possible. If more than one cell types are used, each may require different serum batch so that a number of batches may need to be maintained and co-culturing may be difficult. The demand of serum usually exceeds the supply for a variety of reasons. When cell culture is used for downstream processing to recover cell products, serum increases the cost of the media. Serum may stimulate undesirable growth and may even inhibit growth in some cases. The major advantage of serum free media is the ability to make a media selective for a particular cell type, since each cell type appears to require a different recipe. However, the removal of serum also requires high degree of purity reagents and water, high degree of clearance of all apparatus uses. This is necessary since removal of serum removes the protective and detoxifying action, while some of the serum protein have. The serum free media may be developed using any of the following two approach. A known recipe for a related cell type may be used, and individual constituent may be altered. Using the medium is optimized. In the second approach, an existing media like RPMI, HAMS F12, DMEM, modified and minimal essential media is taken, and shorter list of constituents like selenium, transferrin, albumin, insulin, androgen, hydrocortisone, estrogen is used for manipulation. Using these approaches, may recipes for a serum free media have been prepared and are available for commercial use or can be made up in the laboratory. Culture procedures. Culture procedure involve preparation and sterilization of glassware, equipment, reagents, and media. They also involve preparation of animal material that need to be cultured. The apparatus and liquid meant for tissue culture should be reserved for that purpose alone, and washing of glasses should also be separate, since the requirement of washing for tissue culture is higher than that for general glassware. Preparation and sterilization of apparatus. For an effective washing of glassware, following procedure and precautions should be followed. Do not allow soiled glassware to dry, and always collect soiled glassware in water with sodium hypochlorite so that microbial contamination may be prevented. Detergent effective for available tap water of your area should be used, and it should be non-toxic. After washing, glassware should be thoroughly rinsed in tap water and then in deionized or distilled water. It should be dry inverted and then sterilized by dry heat in oven at 160 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. Automatic washing machine are also used for the glassware in tissue culture laboratories. Sterilization procedure are given for equipment and apparatus. Preparation and sterilization of reagents and media. Reagents and media should be produced in pure form. Most reagents and media can be sterilized either by moist heat, by autoclaving, or by membrane filtration. During autoclaving, moist heating by steam, the container may be kept sealed, or the cap may be left slack to avoid breakage. The liquid layer in container may go down due to evaporation and should be stored with sterile distilled water after autoclaving. Preparation of animal material. Contamination should also be avoided during experimental manipulations. This can be achieved by collecting tissue aseptically or sterilizing it after removal. While some tissue are free from contamination, in other adult tissue, bacterial contamination may be common. In the former case, the tissue need to be removed carefully under aseptic conditions, eliminating the possibility of contamination. But in the latter case, the tissue may have to be washed in a solution having high concentration of antibiotic. For this purpose, a useful antibiotic mixture is a balanced salt solution containing 1000 unit of penicillin and 0.5 mg of streptomycin and neomycin per ml. Further handling of tissue should be carefully done under fully aseptic conditions, with which can be created either through preparing an aseptic room or through the use of laminar flow cabinet or blood or hood. The use of hood has greatly facilitated the handling of material under aseptic conditions. Thanks for listening.